What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Kaja here, Just Simply Sports Now. This is the video I was waiting for Cam to drop because we all saw that awkward encounter with Cam and Shador last weekend. And I was like, what happened? So I know we heard about what Cam said. We're going to show it in a second in the clip just in case you missed it. And then we're going to talk about it.
Did he say
Here's
something wrong?
what happened. Cam said on his 4th and 1 podcast. Let's take a listen to what Cam said and what maybe caused Shador's reaction.
Why did he show?
Look, my whole thing with Shador is this. You followed him since he was at Jackson State, correct?
Yeah, even when he was in high school.
Right?
Yeah.
What win can he hang, like what performance
Can you hang your hat on?
can you hang your hat on in college?
Yeah. The only thing I had was like that TCU at that Nebraska game for his first year. This year,
We're talking about TCU, and they ended up not being a good team.
yeah.
Why is it in sports that we discredit somebody if they won a game? I mean, the players don't have any say over the teams that they get. So your job is to win. They won the game, so TCU obviously wasn't the team that they thought they were going to be. At the time when they played them, they were, a better team. Well, so we thought, right? They won in dominant fashion. So why are we discrediting their win? Because it comes to find out that TCU is not what we thought. You play the schedule that you're given. You can't control that. So if we get bum teams, we're winning. We won, right? Now give us better teams and see if we can beat them. I just always find that funny when people say that. Like, sports is winning or losing, and as long as you're winning, then you're winning. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Or wrong? I don't know.
Or ain't like he beat. That's true. And you can't say, well, you was at Auburn, he was at Colorado. It was like Auburn wasn't no favorite to win before you got there. Nobody was picking Auburn to win the national championship. For sure. I don't even think they even thought y'all was going to have a winning season before you got, yeah? Yeah?
It was motherfuckers on our team that didn't even think that we was capable of. All I'm going to say is this.
Hey, don't get it mistaken. That beaming over there.
Be careful with them comparisons.
My handful, don't hurt me.
Okay, so
I can see why Shador would be a little upset.
Cam said that 2 days ago, Ocho. That
was recent.
Yes, he said this 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So we wanted to provide context to maybe why, because first of all, Shador is a pure pocket passer.
Yes,
He's not an athlete like Cam. He doesn't move like Cam. He's not Kyler Murray. He's not Lamar Jackson. That's not what he is.
But the situations are completely different based on teams and the times and when they played. We talk about Auburn, we talk about Colorado.
When he went to the those guys were athletes. Right. He is he's a drop back, prototypical pocket passer. That's what he is. So the comparison can't be with a Cam because Cam rushed for damn near 1,500 yards. Yeah. Lamar rushed for 1,500 yards. Kyler rushed for over 1,000 yards. Shador, he might not even rush for 1,000 yards in his career. He might be like.
All right, so that's what Cam. If you haven't seen, it's what Cam initially said prior to last weekend when he saw Shador and Travis Hunter face to face. So if I'm being honest, I do feel like at times Shador comes across as a little bit sensitive, right? Because when you're in the media, they're going to critique you. It's not always going to be favorable or to your liking. That's the way the media works. If you're worth any good, you have a dad like LeBron James, Deion Sanders, they're going to critique you. That's just the way it goes. And being that Deion Sanders is his dad and and Deion is who he is, it puts him up there in a bigger light, sitting with Bronny James. So people are going to talk about you. It's not always going to be good. So I will say sometimes I feel like Shador's going to have to be a little bit tougher. But the Brooklyn in me, if you talk reckless about me, then when I see you, don't be looking for daps and, you want to hug it out and, you want to be cool. Nah, you said what you said. I heard you loud and clear. So, stand on it. I feel like a lot of times former athletes, when they have these podcasts and they're looking at new NBA players or, NBA players who are getting ready to come to the draft or in college, I feel like they have a habit of always comparing what they did and how they did it to the newcomers. And everything is not always going to be able to be compared. Like Uncle saying about Shedeur and Cam. Cam was a different kind of athlete than Shedeur. And that is okay. Like he's not going to be the freak athlete that Cam was. And that I understand what Cam was trying to say. And I will give him the benefit of the doubt because it's what I do here on my channel. I give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't mean to come across as hating or trying to slight him. But in a sense it did, because just because you are one kind of athlete doesn't mean that since Shedeur is not, that he's less than, or he's not in some way as talented. That's just my thoughts thus far. I'm going to play a little bit more, let you guys hear Cam's side of what happened when they met in person.
Brady.
Right. But I'm also speaking in context, not just to the comparison of the quarterbacks that they are, but also the comparison in the context of the team that they're playing for and playing with at that time. Completely apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Completely different. But based on the time that Shedeur is in right now, he is still one of the best. Despite maybe not having any games to hang his tail on. Even not having them, he's still one of the best.
But that's not what they said when he went to TCU and threw for 500 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, TCU had just lost in the national championship game to Georgia. People thought they were pretty good.
Yeah.
So he did that. Now they're not any good.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, it's football. It's sports. Everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Let the people tell it, Peggy.
What's up now, bud?
Everybody beefing with Bub.
Everybody want a little piece of bug, girl.
Just to give you even more context,
Mm-hmm.
I did have a conversation with Shedeur.
You did?
Yes, sir.
So break that down for the people that want to know, because obviously we were there. I seen it secondhand. Obviously, you was firsthand with it.
Yeah.
Didn't really know what was the issue.
Yeah, it was contentious.
Okay.
It was a little awkward.
Okay.
Not only with Shedeur, but also with Travis. I'm not going to be like, oh, duh.
All right, so side note, we gotta give Cam some credit, because he don't really care what nobody think about his hats or about his outfit. One thing he gonna do is he gonna put them hats on, he gonna put his outfit on, no matter how many colors, no matter what it is, he gonna put it on, and he's going to walk outside and be confident in his apparel choices, and I am here for it, okay? I am so here for his unique sense of style. There's nothing wrong with that. So a lot of the comments like, what is he wearing? And I get why you guys are saying that, but I love any man or woman who stands in their truth and they're like, look, I'm wearing what I want to wear, and hey, if you like it, I don't care. And if you don't, I don't care either, because I love it.
Media making this out to be, it was a little, wait, hold up, wait, what?
Yeah.
You beefing with me? I'm not beefing with you.
Yeah.
I don't feel a certain type of way. I've always been a fan. Make no mistake about it. I think to protect our conversation, and I think I need to and will be obedient to that. Mm-hmm. I think the difference between this age of athletes versus the age of athlete, even when I was playing, is so direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Where, and I even shared this with Shedeur. I said, bro, there's a lot of support for you and your father, and even Colorado. You don't see that because people don't naturally dwell
on the good.
That's real. People just dwell on, oh man, this nigga hating. Oh, that clip. Yeah. Your algorithm will pick that, what you spend more time reading, or what, you don't even have to like it. It's the screen time. If you wait longer on,
that is a very valid point. We know how the algorithm works. And yeah, if you do spend more time looking at things that are negative, you're going to get more negative things, on your timeline. If you look at things more positive, you're going to find more positive feedback, right? You can always find someone to agree with you or to have your perspective if you are looking hard enough for it. I always say that. But I will say, I feel like Cam is not being honest about his part in it, because it's not about whether or not people, or in this case specifically Shedeur, is looking or more focused on the negative comments. You're Cam freaking Newton. you have a huge following. So if you make any kind of comment about a quarterback, like when he made the whole comment about game manager, versus game winner, it was like a whole huge thing, like that went viral how many times over, right? So when you are a Cam Newton or someone who is as popular as Cam Newton, with the resume that you have, Heisman winner and so on and so forth, right? When you make certain comments, especially about someone like a Shedeur Sanders, it's going to be blown up. People are going to take a clip from it. It may not even been the whole thing of what you said. It could have been like 2 seconds of a larger clip where you could have been singing Shedeur's praises, but they're only going to take the 2-second clip where you said something that wasn't so positive and they're going to blast it. So I feel like even if Shedeur wasn't looking for it, he was going to find about it regardless. And I feel like Cam anybody in media, sometimes you got to be careful with your words because you say things and then people feel a way about it. You can't say something and then tell someone how to feel about it in return. They have a right to feel how they feel, right?
These type of clips, it's going to be pushed to your phone, your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube. They're reading the type of content that you like or that catches your attention. And I think...
And something else I want to say really quickly. We are now in a social media age, right? Where even if someone is not looking for something, how many of you have went through TikTok, social media, and you have seen somebody in someone's comments, like tagging the person that says something about them, right? So it's like, no matter if Shedeur was looking for it or not, he was bound to see it or come across it because it's who we are. People tweet things. You find people in the comments, tagging a person on your page over and over and over again. You're like, why do they keep tagging me? That's my phone blowing up with the notifications. You know what I mean? So regardless of anything, it's Cam Newton. It's because who the person is that made the comment. It was going to be blown up regardless.
It's not a misunderstanding more so than he needs to understand that this is the big leagues now. But I also have to understand this.
Okay.
I have more power than I give myself sometimes.
That can be
true. I have not watched this clip, you guys, but I was just saying, Cam is Cam. He's popular, but I thought he wasn't being honest about that part. But look, fast forward, and then he's saying what I was just saying a few minutes ago. So kudos to him for acknowledging that, he does have more power than what he realized. It's my first time watching the clip with you, so I didn't know what he was going to say. So I kind of got ahead of myself, but I'm glad that me and Cam are aligned, and hopefully you guys watching were aligned too.
So let me not hold myself accountable too. But I will say this. I owe a due diligence to myself, the fans of this show, and my fans overall to hold people in sports as a whole accountable.
Because that's why you started it.
That's all I did. That's it. Now, it may come out sometimes. Everything that I may say may not always be in favor of you, Peggy.
We know. Might come off a little brash.
But it's the truth. As I see it, that doesn't make it wrong. That show doesn't make it right. But I'm speaking the truth as I know it to be.
Yeah.
I love when people choose their words carefully and they speak presidential, if you want to call it that, because that is true. You are speaking the truth from your perspective as you see it through your lens. You can't speak for somebody else and how they see it through their lens. So that's very, very right here. I love the fact that he's speaking to his perspective, how he saw the situation. He's being accountable for the fact that his voice and who he is a lot bigger and larger than what he thought or what he expected. And I can respect that.
And I'm saying that doesn't always mean it's right, and it damn sure don't always mean that it's wrong. I'm just speaking the truth for what I know. Yeah. So if I do say certain things where, Shedeur, I don't know you to have a game that he just let his whole heart out. It was like, damn, that motherfucker, that cold. He is a top prospect. He's a top 10 draft pick. There's no question about that. And I think with our conversation, we were able to discuss, bro, I know more than people give you credit for. There's a lot to hate Cam Newton about. Yeah. And I think the thing that I've been at peace with is like, bro, you're going to say anything regardless. You don't think somebody going to say, bro, look at that dumbass hat that Cam got on. That shit's stupid. Just play it out.
Yeah.
I expect it.
Yeah.
And it don't affect me. It never did. It's me. I'm comfortable in that.
Yeah.
But I think for Shedeur, understanding like, bro, the day that they allowed NIL to be legal, you're no longer an amateur no more. Used to, they could protect the college athlete. That's not happening.
You getting paid, you're an adult now.
At the end of the day, we had us a blast. A time was had in Orlando. Shedeur.
Yeah.
Travis.
All right, you guys. So that's that on that. I like it now that I've seen the whole video because I was waiting for his response because people were talking about it since it happened. You know, it kind of went viral, that awkward clip, and I was waiting to see when he was going to speak about it from his perspective and what happened. Right. So I'm glad to hear what he had to say, and he's absolutely right. When NILs, no name, image, likeness, I didn't realize that there were quarterbacks in college who were getting paid $1 million or more to be a quarterback. Like, what is life, right? This is the time to be a D1 athlete, especially if you are really, really good, is now because the opportunities are freaking endless. Even if you don't even go pro, to make that kind of money in college is crazy, right? The times that we live in, it's just the way athletes and the way NBA or NFL, NHL, MLB, D1, prospects, the stage that they have now is like none other than when I was like personally growing up, you guys. Not that old. I'm in my 30s, just in case you were wondering. But yeah, when you are getting paid a lot of money, you're like ranking in 5 million in NIL deals or 10 million or somewhere in between. You are a pro, and they're going to talk about you. And I know that sometimes we're all human and we get in our feelings, and I feel like Shedeur, because Deion is his dad, he catches so much flack. If he does good, it's like, oh, well, they only played a bad team, so that's why he did good. If they do bad, it's like, maybe he's not what we thought he was. But I feel like that's how it always is. You know what I mean? Like Jason Tatum, when he does great, everybody's singing his praises. And then when he does bad, people are like going crazy in his comments, calling him, he's not as good. Jaylen Brown is better. People say all kinds of stuff, right? That's how it goes. When you win, they sing your praises. When you lose, you're trash. You're awful, right? That's how it goes. But when you are getting paid millions, people are going to talk about you. When you are in the public eye, you're in the media, they're going to talk about you. I think the day that they stop talking about you is when it should bother you more. And I feel like not just Shedeur or Travis, anyone, you got to be prepared for that and be able to deal with it. And it may be somebody that you looked up to, like a Cam Newton, and you're like, damn, I looked up to him when I was younger. I looked up to her when I was younger. I can't believe she feels that way about me now. It may not be a slight, if you want to call it that. It might just be someone saying, okay, he's good, she's good, but you got to work on some things a little bit more to be elite. And that's not to discredit someone. I'm saying that from a general standpoint. I'm not speaking about Cam and Shedeur. But what do you guys think about this whole situation, about college athletes and how much they're getting paid and how they should deal with social media and critique? Should they just take it on the chin and deal with it? Or should they now, be like, who are you talking to? I ain't shaking your hand. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? I'm excited to read your comments. If you're not already subscribed, then what are you doing? Subscribe, like, tell a friend, and I will see you guys in the next video.